The crackle of a military radio slices through the desert night. Inside an outpost, harsh floodlights cast long, dancing shadows. Dust, fine as powdered sugar, swirls around generators humming a low, constant tune against canvas walls. Soldiers move with a tired, tense energy, their faces etched with the weariness of war. Step inside the command tent, and you'll find controlled chaos. Maps, marked and remarked, are strewn across folding tables. Voices overlap, urgent and strained, as tempers fray under the immense pressure. And there, near a corner, almost invisible amidst the commotion, a woman kneels beside a broken communications rack. Her sleeves are rolled up, revealing strong, capable forearms. A neat array of tools lies on a canvas mat beside her. Her name is Sarah Donovan. To most of the soldiers in this dusty corner of the world, she's just a Comm's tech. No rifle slung over her shoulder, no combat patches on her uniform. She's simply another support specialist, the person they call when the radios go silent. She works with a quiet, focused intensity. Her fingers, nimble and sure, trace wires with a delicate precision. She adjusts dials, reconnects circuits, her concentration a silent bubble that deflects the noise and tension around her. She doesn't carry herself like someone built for the rigors of war. She's unassuming, quiet, almost forgettable. But what no one here knows, what no one could possibly guess, is that Sarah once ruled the skies. Years ago, she wasn't just a soldier. She was one of the United States Navy's most decorated fighter pilots. She flew missions that others wouldn't dare attempt, missions from which many never returned. Her call sign was Falcon. She was a legend whispered about in hushed, reverent tones. And then she vanished, dropped off the grid, disappearing from the world of high-stakes aerial combat. Now she hides in plain sight, serving quietly, her new mission to keep others connected. She chose the silence of a Comm's tent over the roar of a jet engine, anonymity over glory. Tonight, the tension in the tent spikes to a breaking point. A SEAL team is deep inside hostile territory, their mission, their very lives, hanging by the thinnest of threads. And that thread is the radio link back to this outpost. Then it snaps. The signal dies. Static fills the air where a voice should be. We're blind out there. A sergeant bellows, his voice cracking with desperation. A wave of panic ripples through the tent. Curses are muttered under breaths. On the other end of that dead signal are lives, hanging precariously in the balance. In the midst of the rising chaos, Sarah stands. She doesn't waste time with arguments or explanations. She simply kneels back down, her focus narrowing once more on the lifeless rack of electronics. 10 long, agonizing minutes crawl by. Each second feels like an hour. Sweat beads on her temple, tracing a path through the grime on her face. A wire hisses softly. The lights in the tent flicker, threatening to plunge them into darkness. Then, suddenly, a voice, sharp, clear, and impossibly welcome. Team Bravo in position, it snaps over the radio. A collective exhale sweeps through the tent, a palpable wave of relief. The mission is back on. The link is restored. Sarah, her job done, quietly begins to gather her tools. She's ready to fade back into the background, to disappear again into her self-imposed obscurity. But as she turns to leave, a single voice cuts through the relieved chatter.
Matt.
The word hits with the force of a gunshot. Every head in the tent turns. A Navy SEAL lieutenant stands there, rigid, his eyes locked on Sarah, and then he salutes her. A perfect, sharp, textbook salute, the kind reserved for officers of high rank and higher respect. Silence descends again, but this time it's thick with confusion. Whispers start to ripple through the room. Why would a SEAL officer salute a Comm's tech? Sarah freezes, her back to him. Slowly, she turns. Their eyes meet across the crowded tent. In his gaze, she sees a flash of recognition, of awe. "Captain Donovan," the lieutenant says, his voice clear and unwavering. The whispers in the room erupt. "Captain," the title feels foreign, a ghost from another life. Sarah's throat tightens. She hasn't heard anyone call her that in years. "You saved my team," the SEAL continues, his voice filled with a gratitude that transcends time. Operation Iron Vortex. The skies were on fire that night. He pauses, the memory vivid in his eyes. "We were trapped. And then you came." Sarah remembers. She remembers it all. The night sky ripped apart by missile trails. Her jet screaming through the chaos, a silver predator against the black. The night she refused the order to retreat, staying to provide air cover for a team that was about to be overrun. "That was a long time ago," she says, her voice barely a whisper. "Not for us," the lieutenant replies, his gaze unwavering. "We never forgot." The memories come crashing back, an avalanche of victories and ghosts. The immense weight of command, the gut-wrenching cost of survival. She left the skies because the pain became too much to bear. Too many faces she couldn't save, haunting her dreams. So she chose silence. She chose to fix things that could be fixed, to mend broken wires instead of broken lives. But the courage that had defined her, that had made her the Falcon, had never truly left her. From that day on, everything in the outpost changes for Sarah. It's not awe she receives, and certainly not pity. It's a deep, quiet respect. The soldiers look at her differently now, seeing not just a tech, but the shadow of the warrior she once was. Weeks later, the SEAL team returns, battered but alive. Their mission was a success, their radios carrying them home through the darkness. The lieutenant finds Sarah alone in the quiet of the Comm's tent. He says nothing, but places a worn, faded SEAL trident patch into her hand. "For when you forget who you are," he says simply. Sarah looks down at the emblem, then back up at him. And, for the first time in years, a real, genuine smile touches her lips. Some heroes don't seek the glory of the battlefield. They don't wear their medals for the world to see. They work in silence, fixing radios in dusty tents. Their past heroics a secret they carry alone. But their courage, once unleashed, was enough to shake the very skies. If you believe that real heroes don't need to brag about their strength, comment Falcon down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories about silent strength and hidden courage. Thanks for watching.